This is a customer's mower coming for repair. As you can see, the rails have cracked all the way through. He literally had a Ali plate holding it in place, but we'll weld it up properly and we'll reinforce it, and I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, we'll clamp everything back into place as close as we can get it, and then we'll grind all the paint off, ready to put some tack welds in. As you can see, there's cracks in the back rails as well. We'll weld them up, and extra holes that were drilled, we've got to weld them up as well. Now we ground the paint back so we can weld. I'm just using a standard gas MIG welder, just to give it a few tacks in a few places. Now that I've done a couple tacks on the cracked area, before you fully weld it, you want to make sure the rails are that flat. What happens, they'll bend over time and they'll crack. So with a straight edge, make sure they're absolutely flat, otherwise you'll weld them up and they'll be bent. Now all the cracks are welded up and the holes, we'll grind it back now and make sure there is no further cracks. Just a pointer, typically at the end of the crack, just draw a small little French hole just to stop the crack from continuing. And to stop splatter going into the bolt holes, you can use the original bolts and just put them in from the underneath. Make sure you get good penetration going through, which we have, but obviously the crack rail that went through will require welding on this side as well, and grinding. That's strengthening it up. Now it's all been welded both sides and ground down. Back rail still needs some work because, as you can see, it's not that straight. So two ways we can do this, or one way really. I could chuck it in my press and try and bend it out, but once you try to do that, because the material is stretched here, this will just kink out, and you try and straighten that down and that will bend back down. So the easiest way to get it straight is to make a small cut with a cutting disc on this side and on the other side of the rail, and bend it back up till it's straight and weld it back up. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Now we made that cut, we can easily bend it by hand so it's nice and flat, and now we can go ahead and weld that back up. Now that we got everything welded up and ground down, I'll use some 4mm angle, cut into size and weld it in for the supports. So I've got my support angle now cut up, and I've marked up notches I need to cut out for the nuts. Back one can be full length, but the front one, because it's got the brackets for the deflector, you will need to do a short one in between those two notches. Now we've got a support angle all done, cut into size and the notches cut out. We can put them in and clamp them down and weld them in. Before I do that, I'll clean up all the paint so I can weld and go from there. Now it's all tack welded in. we can go ahead and stitch weld the whole thing in. All the welding is now done, all stitch welded, and yeah, should not crack again, should be good for another 40 years. We've got good penetration to the other side, which is good. Now I've got a bit of grinding to do, clean up all the paint and repaint it all. Thanks for watching.